Greetings to the people of the great state of New Mexico. Matt Watson, your local neighborhood friendly lawyer, coming to you here. And today I wanted to have a conversation about something that's fairly spooky. Halloween is tomorrow, and one of the spookiest things I see people deal with is hiring a contractor. In fact, I would probably say that of all of the issues that in my 21 years of practice I have seen the most, it is disputes between a contractor and either another contractor or the owner of the property upon which the contractor is performing work. So I thought we could have a little conversation today about that. And this video is one of a two-part series of videos. I'm going to call it the Contractor series. This video is for owners of primarily residential properties who are contemplating hiring a contractor. And so what is it you need to think about before hiring a contractor? How do you avoid the situation of being in that awful space over at the courthouse where you've now paid your lawyer $35,000 and you've gotten nowhere because it's really difficult to prove when a contractor got something wrong, or if you're just being a difficult person? So today, you're gonna walk away from this video knowing how to almost always avoid that situation. So what do you do when you're getting ready to hire a contractor, whether it's to build your house or whether it's to work on your house? What do you want to do? First of all, references. References, references, references. The best source of finding good contractors is from someone that you know that tells you that, oh yeah, this contractor did a fabulous job for me. That's the best source. You're gonna avoid 98% of contractor problems. Maybe not 98, 90, if you do just that one thing. Number two, the next best source is verifiable reviews, and I mean verifiable reviews from a potential contractor. How do you find those? A good contractor will have a list of clients for whom he or she has done work that will gladly tell you about the lovely service they provided. Beware, though, of contractors who are going to sandbag you and just give you people who are their friends and will make up stuff on their behalf. Use your spidey sense on that. The last one is internet reviews. If you can't find a good contractor with either number one or number two listed above, then go to the Google reviews. Look at their social media. There's so much information available about people out there. Do that. Go and see how they behave on social media. If they behave on social media in a way that looks good to you, well, then maybe they're okay. But do some background search. Bust out your private investigator hat, put it on, and don't just sign because he's got a great smile or she's got a great smile or you like their truck. Do some homework on them first. That's number one, references. Number two is, how do you deal with money? The second biggest place I see that people go wrong is dealing with money. Do not give a contractor all of their money up front, ever, never. And if you're a contractor watching this, shame on you for asking for that up front. You shouldn't do that. What you should do is work out with your contractor exactly what's to be done and a reasonable pay schedule. It's okay to give them some money up front for materials and even maybe a bit for labor. But you want to make sure you have a reasonable pay schedule. And you want to be the one, at the end of the day, you want to be the one who is holding the money when the job is done, and you want to pay in full once the job is done, not asking for work after you've already paid in full. That is the biggest mistake people make. And again, if a contractor asks you for that, big red flag. Number three, put your contract in writing. Never, ever, ever hire a contractor without a written contract. Make sure it's a good one. You want to make sure that all of the terms are in there that you need. The price, a detailed description of the work to be done, a detailed description of the pay schedule, and there are several other things that you want to include in there. For example, what happens if you can't get along anymore? You want to build something in there that allows the two of you to divorce. You also want to put in there that if either party has to sue the other one, the winning party gets attorney's fees. That's a very powerful thing to put in a contract. Make sure you put your contract in writing. The next place I see people trip up in dealing with contractors is change orders. Everybody gets very excited. They're building their house, or they're adding on a room, a game room, a media room. And as the project goes along, you say, oh, but I didn't think of this and I want to add that. Well, you can do that, but make sure you put it in writing. Again, the specific terms and the amount of money that you're going to pay for that. And you should be willing to pay your contractor just for the extra time of having to do this with you after you've signed your agreement. And on the written contract, it's a good idea to find a good lawyer who knows what they're doing and review that contract up front. Review that contract before. For a few $100, you can make sure that the contract has in it what it needs to and avoid almost every single pitfall that you're going to come up against in dealing with difficult contractors. The next thing is, do not micromanage your contractor. If you followed my advice up to this point, you won't need to micromanage your contractor. You will have hired a good service provider. They'll do good work. They'll do what they say they're going to do. And you won't need to be out there managing their subs and managing what they're doing. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't be that person. If you do need to communicate with your contractor, set up a meeting and be respectful. Last, leave online feedback. Be part of the process, that in the event your contractor, because you followed my advice, and when your contractor does flawless work, let them know they did flawless work. And after that, if they didn't do flawless work, leave them a negative Google review. Hope this is helpful, and we'll see you on the next part of the series.